The Los Angeles Clippers picked up a big-time win in the Garden as the Clippers are now the 6th seed in the Western Conference, which is very important because that ensures you are a playoff team and you avoid the play-in altogether. Kawhi Leonard led the way. He had a massive game. He had 27 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, but you also got to credit James Harden, who played ridiculously well. He had 29 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 3-pointers made as the Clippers, they get it done to clinch their 14th consecutive 500 season, the longest active streak in the NBA. The streak is tied for 9th all time. And the Clippers, they went on a 48-23 run against the Knicks after trailing by 6 points early in the third quarter. And they really just took full control of that second half. And Kawhi Leonard, he looks like the old Kawhi. In March, so far, he is averaging 25.1 points, 7.5 rebounds, 1.6 steals per game on 52, 39, 80 splits, 61% true shooting percentage. He's a plus 45, and the Clippers have a 7-4 record. As the Clippers, they have beaten the likes of the Cavaliers, Grizzlies, and Knicks twice over that stretch. And James Harden, he scored or assisted on 27 of the Clippers' 40 third quarter points. That is, of course, where the Clippers took full control of this game en route to a very nice win. We're going to talk about the Clippers, guys. This team is a team you should fear. Smash the like on the video and smash the subscribe button for more Clippers content just like this. And you look at the Clippers, they storm back to score 72 points on 42 shot attempts after the intermission. And that was a scorching 1.57 points per possession en route to the 126-113 road win, as Leonard, he scored 19 of his 27 after halftime. And he was just unbelievably in his bag. You know, calmly and decisively picking apart the defense. And he had 10 rebounds and 7 assists. Didn't have a turnover in a season-high 41 minutes. And you look at the Clippers, they have now won 9 of their last 11 to get into that 6th spot in the West. And they've beaten some playoff-bound teams. It's not like they're doing it against weak competition. And you look at Kawhi Leonard, I mean, Leonard is starting to hit his stride. And he is starting to look like the old Kawhi Leonard. And, you know, he obviously is getting some time under his belt after missing all that time at the beginning of the season, but he is coming into his own. He's averaging 25.1 points, 7.5 rebounds, and 3.5 assists and 1.6 steals over his last 11 games. The true shooting percentage is unbelievable. He's among 104 players to average at least 50 touches per game in March. He ranks 5th in points per touch. Among players to play at least 10 games this month, he ranks 10th in steals and 20th in deflection. So he's just showing you his two-way capabilities, which makes him so great. And for Leonard, it looks like the old Leonard is back. And that's what makes the Clippers so dangerous, because the Clippers have outscored opponents by 7.5 points per 100 non-garbage time possessions with Leonard on the court. And according to Cleaning the Glass, and they have a net rating that would only be behind OKC, Cleveland, and Boston over the course of a full season. So that's pretty darn dominant. And the Clippers, they also have a top 5 defense that scores like a top 7 offense when Kawhi is on the court. And they got the second most dominant 5-man unit in the NBA this season. That is on a minimum 150 games played. Talking about Zubats, Leonard, Powell, Harden, and Derrick Jones Jr. And you look at the other pieces this Clippers team possesses. They have Chris Dunn, who's just such a great point of attack defender. They have Bogdanović, who has really given this team a boost with his combo guard play. They got Nick Batum, Amir Coffey. They got Ben Simmons, who has done a good job so far in his Clippers tenure. And Ty Lue, I mean, he's got a bunch of options in games, especially when you get to playoff time. And you got to give him a lot of credit because he has done a good job of making this all work. And you look at it, guys, if this Clippers team is at full strength with all of the pieces they possess, with Kawhi looking like the dominant star that he is, with James Harden playing his best basketball, the sky's the limit for this team. Like, there is no limitation to what they can do. It was always going to be about health, and their supporting cast is as good this season as it's ever been. Now, guys, before I continue on with today's video, I do want to shout out BetUS TV for powering today's content. BetUS TV, they got you covered on all things sports. Go check them out for their latest sports content and also NBA content. Go follow them on X and YouTube as well. Shout out to them for powering today's video. You look at the Clippers, they do enter Thursday's action, 6th in the West, and they have the same 41-31 record as the Warriors, but they do hold the head-to-head tiebreaker over Golden State, which is important to note. And by the way, these two teams actually close out the regular season. So how massive is that game going to be on April 13th, as neither of these teams want to be in that play-in? And you look at the Clippers, based on the various projection models, it pegs the Clippers' chances of securing a top 6 spot and avoiding the play-in tournament altogether at anywhere from 44 to 68%. The Clippers do have an easier schedule than Golden State. They only have 3 games remaining against teams with winning records, so that is going to bode well for them. And the Clippers, they got the Nets upcoming, the Cavaliers, the Magic, the Pelicans, the Mavs again, the Spurs, Rockets, Kings, and Warriors. So maybe the Clippers can take care of business where that final matchup against the Warriors won't even mean anything. But the Clippers, they're playing their best ball right now. And I want to point something important here, that I think the 6th spot has insane value, and not a lot of people are talking about it. Because let's just say the Clippers wind up in the 6th spot. You're looking at a first-round playoff matchup against the Lakers or Nuggets, and both those teams have their vulnerabilities. If you get by that, you're looking at potentially the Rockets in the second round. That's if the Rockets even get past the first round. So that would be an unproven team. So what I'm trying to say here, there is a realistic pathway for whichever team finishes in that 6th spot, it being the Clippers right now, to get to the Western Conference Finals. And the Grizzlies could even fall into that 3 spot. So imagine if the Clippers got to go up against the Grizzlies and potentially the Rockets to get to the Western Conference Finals. Like, you're licking your chops. Like, the Clippers are better than both those teams, in my opinion, at full strength. And then, of course, you would assume OKC would await anybody in the Western Conference Finals. So I think that's important to note here. The 6th seed is super, super important. Not only do you avoid the play-in, but there is a viable, realistic pathway for you to get to the Western Conference Finals. So the Clippers, they have been humming along. They are taking care of business. That was an impressive win against the Knicks. It looked like the Clippers were not going to win that game, but they turned up in the second half. That's what good teams do. And the main thing here is that the Clippers' 2 top dogs, they're playing as well as they ever have in Harden, and especially Kawhi, who looks like that Kawhi. And if Kawhi's playing like this, man, and he's healthy, like the Clippers, they are beating anyone. They would not be a dog against any one of those Western Conference teams in a playoff series. So I think it's great that this team is coming to their own with, you know, some games remaining in the regular season. But that race for the 6th seed is going to be the story now for the Clippers in their final stretch of games here. But guys, let me know your thoughts. Drop a like on the video. Smash that subscribe button for more. That's it for me. It's Luke signing off. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one.